and welcome to episode 109 of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. It's me, John, the guy you've always wanted to listen to. Well, it's time once again to hear me, my great voice, to tell you all the good things that you want to hear about video games this week. This week I am joined by another voice, another powerful voice in the industry, our good friend Michael.
I'm just a voice. I'm like a disembodied, I don't have a physical form.
That's pretty cool. I'm glad that a
sort of
corporeal being is on our staff.
I mean, I can't have human contact or human love. So yeah, it's real cool.
Do you yearn for that, though? I would think that maybe by the time...
I don't have a body, so I don't really urinate.
I said yearn.
I mean, wouldn't you? Like, if you were a body, or if you were just like a voice... But you existed and had a consciousness, wouldn't you be like, well, why does everyone else get to do the dirty and I just gotta talk dirty? Like, I don't know what a voice would do.
So you're just a voice, but you're also horny. Huh. What a world we live in.
I don't have a response to that. Touche. I don't know what to do with a horny, disembodied voice.
We're just gonna end this joke right here because we're done. But yeah, no, it's been I don't know if I'd say that it's been a light week, but, you've been busy, I know that, and, I'm always fucking busy, so, we can talk
slow.
about what
January's been slow.
Yeah, it's both slow and hectic at the same time, in a way.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Michael, what's been up with you, in your life and with games?
I've been playing this really exciting game.
Right.
Called Packing and Moving.
Ah.
It's really exciting. All the kids are doing it.
So Boxel.
Boxel, yeah.
Now that's a joke everyone will get. That's a Game Boy launch game.
Great.
Yeah.
Topical.
Love it. Yep.
Black and white. Mm-hmm. No, I've been packing. I'm moving this weekend. And I think I have it under control. I think.
Right.
But I always know that I don't know how often, like how many times you've moved. I think I've moved, for a while there, I was moving once a year. Mm-hmm. Because, like, move into a dorm, you're actually there less than a year, you move out, you move home for 3 months, then you move into another dorm, and then you move out, you're home for 3 months, and then I moved into an apartment, and apartments have year-long leases, so I was in 3 apartments after that, so that was 5 years where I was moving, and with the dorms you moved out and then into a place, so the move was kind of had a 3-month gap. So moving is never fun.
Definitely not.
It's never fun. So
yeah.
I also have a lot of books, which is like the bane of, like, I love having all these books until I have to move them. So then, like, every box is just 50 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I mean, last time I moved, I barely had that much. Like, I'm looking around my room now, and I'm just thinking, man, like, I'm living a little bit better, but moving this stuff is going to be way harder than it was last time I moved. Because last time I moved, I didn't have, like, a desk.
Yeah.
I didn't have a bed.
Well, luckily, I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff. Like, I have a couch, I'm getting rid of it. I have a big wooden shelf, I'm getting rid of it. I had a coffee table, somebody's is using that for the time being or storing it for me. And so once I get rid of that stuff, it's really just the bed and then some smaller shelves that need to be moved. And then I took all my CDs out of the case. I got rid of over half my DVDs. Like, I got rid of an entire bag of clothes I just don't wear and donated them. So it's getting rid of the stuff it actually makes me feel better about moving. Of just like, well, now it's just down to, I don't know, I still have this N64 I carry around with me all the time. I never play it, but here it is, and all 4 controllers. Put that in a box.
Yeah, you're trimming the fat, but not too much.
It probably should be trimmed some more, but it's gotten to the point where, like, I can't keep trimming. I need to pack.
You just need to get out of
I got to pack that meat.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say I'm about a third done.
Okay.
about a third done. Some of it just won't get, like clothes on a hanger. You can just pick all that stuff up and throw it over someone's back seat. You're done.
Yeah.
Like a TV, you don't pack. You put it in the back seat. You're done.
Yeah.
So everything else is just it's sort of slowly but surely. Like I just got to make sure I don't forget anything. Like, oh yeah, I've got plates in the kitchen. That should get packed. That's been the main game I'm playing, and I'm trying to set a good score. Trying to get on the leaderboards.
Yeah, I hope you make first place there.
I just want to finish.
Yeah. So, but other than that, have you been playing any of those video games that we all love?
Just here and there to kind of fill time. I haven't gotten I don't think there's really been a big release yet that I can think of.
Yeah.
Like The Witness came out, and I want to play that, but it's one of those games that I kind of want to play by myself without zeitgeist and without anything. I just kind of want to sit alone, kind of like Fez. Like I didn't play Fez when that came out. I played it many months later. I picked it up and just banged my head against it until I figured it out. So.
Yeah, everything I see about The Witness, because I guess people are worried about spoiling puzzles and stuff like that, just all the like murmurs I've heard about it, it sounds good, but it also sounds like the kind of game that I would get really pissed at. So I don't know if I'm ever going to play it, but maybe I'll take a look at it, when I have to, I guess.
Yeah, I think it depends on how it's structured. Like, if it's something like Myst, I think I would get frustrated with it. But if it's something like Fez, where I'm just getting drips of puzzles, and each time I saw that puzzle, it, like, sparks something in my head where I'm like, oh, there's so much more I could do with this. If it's like that, I will be more intrigued. But if it's more like Myst, and I don't know if I want to play it then, but we'll see. I will eventually get around to it. $40 seems a little steep, but I'll grab it at some point.
Sure.
I imagine before the year ends, but
of course.
Other than that, I've been playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
Some Civ 5. What did I play? I played a little bit of Beginner's Guide. I got maybe an hour into that. And that's really interesting, but I haven't finished it. Just dabbled, just kind of looking at games that I haven't played recently and just dabbling. Mm-hmm. Trying their hors d'oeuvres, their little cubes of cheese, and I'm eating them.
Sure.
Like, ooh, that one's pepper jack.
Yeah.
That one's just cheddar. That one was a piece of Velveeta. That's not fancy.
Got this cheap shit. No.
I like Velveeta.
It's nice.
Yeah. That's it though.
All right.
Light. My plate has been light. There's I can almost reach a box. My game shelf is gone.
That legendary game shelf.
It's in the living room now, empty. So
wow.
Yeah, everything's disappeared. My shelves where the N64 would stare at me next to the Super Nintendo, they're all packed. Now there's just the PS2 is sitting there like, I don't know. You can spin my logo around, so you put me vertical. I don't know why you do that.
Are you even going to pack me or not? I don't blame you if you don't.
I'm going to pack you. Don't look at me that way. I just don't know where your memory card went, so I can't play anything on you.
Damn. Well, as for me...
what are you doing, John? What kind of games are you playing? How's your life going?
I don't know. It's just been mostly working and stuff like that. But the big game that I've been playing...
Oh, I know the game that you're playing.
Which?
Can I say it?
Okay, I forgot about this one. I think you're going to mention it.
What? I'm going to play the major release that you've been, like... in fact, I've heard you talk about this, like, more than any other game at the moment. That's Neptunia.
Yeah,
Why? What were you thinking of?
I mean, I was thinking about Mario and Luigi Paper Jam.
Never heard of it. You talk about Neptunia until you're blue in the face.
Because you keep bringing it up.
This is the first time I brought it up.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like,
you don't have to talk about it long, but you have been playing it.
Okay, yeah. So I forgot about this. There have been two games that I've been playing now that I think about it. But yeah, I guess the first one I have to talk about now is Mega Dimension Neptunia V2? I think it's called.
Before you go into it, I'm confused about these naming conventions.
Okay.
Mega Neptunia Volume 2 is the name of it. V2.
V2, yes.
Is it a remake? Is it a re-release? It's its own game.
It's a brand new game in the series.
Okay. Why does it have a dumb title?
Okay, so I have played like 2 of these games in the past.
Right.
And I could understand the naming conventions because it was just, or at the very least, I think I could, because I think it was just like Hyperdimension Neptunia 1, 2, and 3 originally. I think that's what they were called.
That makes sense.
And then they came out with the Rebirth games, which were which they ported them to the Vita and PC.
What were those?
Those are just remakes of the first 3 games.
Got it.
Rebirth 1, Rebirth 2, and Rebirth 3.
When did the first 3 come out?
A while back, like not that long ago, but when
like PS2, PS3?
No, PS3.
And they remade them for the Vita.
Yeah, like they were basically just Vita ports, and then they also ported them to PC with some enhancements. Like there are enhancements in those games, from what I can tell. But this game, like, I can understand that they're naming it Mega Dimension Neptunia because they're trying to make a big deal that it's like this is the first time that one of these games is on current gen consoles on PS4.
Great.
But
Wonderful.
I don't know what V2 means.
Exciting.
I don't know what any of that means at all. Like, I don't know, maybe there's some sort of story thing where it's like, oh, maybe I don't fucking know. I haven't gotten far enough to figure it out.
Okay, I don't want you to like go too far into it because it's clear that you don't like this game. I just want to know because I've seen you play these. I've seen gameplay of these.
Yeah.
I don't think I still, maybe because when you start talking about it, a part of my brain shuts off as like a protection, like a shield of like, nope, don't learn that. What kind of game is it? Is it an RPG?
Yes, it is a turn-based RPG.
All right.
With visual novel elements, but not exactly like it's not like you're romancing characters or anything like that. There is just a lot of story that is told through like static sprites of characters standing next to each other and mouth flapping.
So is it an open world, or do you just mouth flap your way through story to another fight?
It's pretty much the latter. I mean, they give you like there's a map area that you can walk around, and then once you hit a specific area, there are dungeons, basically.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's Japanese.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, they're not like dungeons, more just like, oh, you go into this building, or you go into this subway, and you fight the monsters in there until you find the character that you're supposed to talk to. Or you beat the boss. The thing that I kind of like about this game is the combat, to an extent. Because the sort of interesting thing that they do is that instead of it just being a standard, like your characters are lining up in front of the enemies and taking turns hitting them, there is, I wouldn't say it's like a free action thing. Like it's not like you're playing like an action game here. It's still turn-based, but you can move your character around the arena so you can get up behind an enemy and do more damage, or there are like trio attacks that if you position characters in specific ways, you can do special attacks. Like, you know, like the easiest one is just like, oh, like surround an enemy in a triangle formation, they'll be able to do a tri attack. But I think there's other shapes that you can perform once you get further in the game.
Sure.
And once you unlock other characters, like if you have 4 or 5 characters, you can do like a square or, you know, pentagon or whatever you want to do.
Pentagram, maybe. Summon the devil.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be too shocking in this game. But, yeah, like that's kind of fun. There are moments where it gets frustrating when an enemy is a pixel out of reach because you ran out of steps. Like, they give you, like, your starting area, and then you have a certain number of, like, you have a certain distance you can travel away in one turn. And it's really frustrating when it's like, oh, I could kill this enemy in one hit, but they are just outside of my box reach. Like, that is super frustrating. But other than that, the combat is actually something that I really enjoy in that game. but I just kind of wish that I was more invested in the characters.
Sure.
Because they are just very much just anime characters, you know. They're these cutesy girls that are just always excitable and are calling each other cutesy nicknames, and you know, like, I don't hate it, but it's not something I can get really invested in. Like, I'm just like, oh, this character's kind of cute, but you know, there's nothing really to them. It's just like a list of like it's a list of character traits that people find adorable, and that's pretty much all of these characters are.
Great.
And you know, like I don't think that's necessarily like a bad thing if you're just like, you know, I just want to see a bunch of cute characters interact. But it's not something for me, someone who really likes like in-depth character development and stuff like that. Like nothing deep is going to happen in this game.
Sounds like a wasted opportunity. Of like, you have interesting combat and then you just fall back on tropes.
I mean,
like it doesn't sound like they tried to.
It's very much just an anime game. Like that's how 90% of JRPGs are.
Yeah, for sure. But
and
you know,
Neptunia is just.
But if you look at something like Persona 4 that still uses those tropes, but uses them in well-written, well-thought-out ways.
I mean that's why Persona 4 is one of the best games ever made, because they actually evolve past tropes. Like,
yeah, and that's. It seems like a lot of Japanese anime games just don't. Want to.
Well, you know, like I'm not gonna like I don't know. I feel like taking Neptunia down is a bit too harsh.
Sure, there are better targets for that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Like it feels very very unfair. Like standing on a soapbox and being like, "Look at this terrible thing that anime does," because
I do have a lot of
not that bad in all things considered. Like
I do have a lot of boxes.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of friggin' anime titty in this game, so if you're adverse to that, that is an issue, I would say. But you know, like we talked, like we had a pretty lengthy conversation about this last night, because I feel like Neptunia, at the very least, it has that in it, but there is more to it. There's the gameplay, there's the character interaction, there is.
Sure, it sounds like a more well-rounded experience and not an excuse to have titties in it.
Like, there are definitely just parts where, like...
Fan service.
Yeah, I'm not very far in that game, but there was just a point where, like, I beat a couple bosses, and then the girls were basically just like, we should really take a bath. And then there was just all of them just sitting there with bubbles covering up their boobs and genitalia, and I was like... Alright, I guess that's what I get for beating the bosses. Thanks.
Great. Let's stop talking about Neptunia now.
Yeah,
now I'm getting depressed.
But no, it's not that bad, I guess. I don't know. But the RPG that I am enjoying a lot more than I actually thought I would is a Mario & Luigi Paper Jam for the 3DS.
That is the one that combines the Mario and Luigi
and Paper Mario
games.
Yeah, so the concept of the game is that Luigi accidentally stumbles upon the book that Paper Mario, I guess, takes place in, and he unleashes all, like, Bowser and all of his minions, and Paper Peach and Paper Mario and all the Paper Toads.
Weird.
Into the Mario world.
You know what's really weird about that? Is that Miyamoto at one point, or someone at one point came out and said that all the Mario games are plays.
No, I think he only specifically said that Mario 3 is a play.
You sure? Because yes. I thought at some point...
Mario 3 is a play, but I don't think the other ones are. Okay,
because I thought at some point he said they're all plays, and then that's why the sports games are just them hanging out, and that's why they hang out with Bowser, because he's really an okay guy, so that would make this really, really weird.
Yeah, well, I think that's why it's not true, because that would make this very weird.
Well, we should argue more about the real lore of Mario.
Let's not.
I think they're all play, John.
We'll see.
Except for Luigi, he's too real.
There was that one like Q&A that Miyamoto did where I'm like pretty sure he said that he's Bowser Jr.'s mom.
All right, let's stop talking about Miyamoto. Fucking.
There we go. I put a cap on that. But no, this is an alright game. it's just one of those Mario and Luigi games. You know, like it's nothing. It's nothing too advanced. Like I haven't played one of these since Partners in Time, which is the original DS one.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember because there was after that. I don't remember if there was one in between Partners in Time and Dream Team, but I remember people weren't really too fond of Partners in Time, and I know people thought Dream Team was okay.
It was Bowser's Inside Story that
Inside
really...
Story, yeah, that one's supposed to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
But Paper Jam's okay. I don't know if this is necessarily a complaint, but just something to keep in mind. There's not like a whole lot of Paper Mario stuff in this. Like you would expect, like for a Paper Mario game, you would expect like, oh, there are other races in the world. Like there are good Goombas, there are good like Koopa Troopas and stuff like that. They're not all Bowser's minions. Everyone except for the Toads in this game are Bowser's minions, and like it's not as bad as Sticker Star where there were no characters to interact with other than Toads. But it's still kind of a bummer if you're expecting a little bit more. Like in this game, there are like Locky 2s who are reporters, and that's kind of cute. There are a lot of really cute scenes of like Mario and Luigi interacting with Paper Mario. Like there's a scene early on where Luigi's crying, and then Paper Mario folds himself up, and Luigi just like wipes his tears off on Paper Mario.
Weird. Like
it's weird, but it's like adorable at the same time. I don't know. Like I really love how they play around with the paper mechanics. Like there are multiple scenes where characters get kidnapped, and then they just like paper characters get kidnapped, and then they just turn sideways and walk out of their cages. Like it's really dumb, but it's funny. It's not like as funny as say like Thousand Year Door or anything,
mm-hmm.
but it's cute and funny, and the combat is it's Mario and Luigi combat, so it's good.
Would you say, if like as someone who's never played the Inside Story games or any of the Mario and Luigi games, I played Sticker Star because I hadn't yet heard that it was bad.
Sure.
As someone who's only like dabbled in those, should I pick this up or should I just go find a copy of Bowser's Inside Story?
I mean, I haven't played Inside Story.
Okay.
I know that people consider that game to be like excellent. So
right, yeah.
I would say look into that. But this one is also very good. There are some other neat things. Like there's There are like two sort of side games that are necessary in this game. There's a paper toad capturing where you have to go around and find paper toads, but they're scared of you because you're in 3D, so you have to kind of wrangle them or capture them and stuff like that. And I don't know, I thought it would get boring, but it hasn't yet. Like the way that they set up all these capture mini games, each one of them has been fun, even though they're mostly just like, oh, run around. Some of them have been actual puzzles or mini games.
How far into it are you? Like how many hours?
I wouldn't say I'm that far. Mm-hmm. I'm probably around like 10 hours. But
okay.
These games can be like 30-hour long things. So I'm a bit in. Yeah, they're beefy RPGs. I don't know. Yeah, I like those. But then there's also the Papercraft battles, which are these like they're almost like mech battles. But you're in, like, giant papercraft versions of Mario characters, and you just have to, like, ram into, giant enemies.
Right, I've seen footage of that stuff. That stuff looks odd. It looks fun, but it also looks very one-note.
It's very one-note. It was fun, like, the first one or two times I did it, but after that I was just like, okay, I'm good. But
I get it.
I'm going to have to do it more, and that's probably going to get boring, but... it's a good game. Like I really like how they change up combat, how they incorporate Paper Mario's movements and like his actions into things. Like Paper Mario has extremely low hit points, but he can do a thing where he can make copies of himself, and those copies will take a hit for him. Like you know how in Pokemon you can throw out a substitute. It's basically like that. But also his copies will let him do more damage. So if you're jumping on an enemy and you have 6 copies, You can keep hitting the Y button and keep doing more jumps as each copy. So it'll be one,
That's neat.
like they each jump off of them.
That's cool.
Or he has 6 hammers, so you could attack multiple enemies at once with all of his hammers.
That's a nice way to take what it would probably be an underpowered character and make him powered and make him different than just Mario.
Exactly, yeah. Like they change him enough to make it interesting, and he also has his own like special moves that only he can activate.
Let me ask you another question.
Okay.
Is this better than the original Super Mario RPG?
I mean, I haven't played Super Mario RPG in a long time.
Because I've never... I think I told you this the other day, to where I love that game. I never got very far in it because I was a kid. But I'm fascinated by that game, and that's where all this stuff kind of stems from.
I think if you're fascinated by that game, you should try some of the Mario and Luigi games. But
I'm fascinated by that game because that original one resembles like the games it's aping. Where I don't know if
it's a Square Enix game.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you like that game, I think you would like the first 2 Paper Mario games a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Which are the N64 one and Thousand Year Door.
Yeah, Thousand Year Door is the one I hear a lot about, and I keep telling myself, I should pick that up.
Yeah, Thousand Year Door is one of those, like, people throw around, like, best GameCube game kind of thing. You know, like, that game is a classic. But no, it's a good game. If you want to play a good portable RPG that isn't like it's not that hard too. Like, man, I don't want to like throw people under the bus or something. But I've been reading some reviews that are saying that this game is hard, and it is absolutely not. Like, they give you so many ways to. There's like an easy mode that you can very quickly turn on. There are multiple ways that you can make it so you take less damage, and if you have amiibos, you can tap amiibos at pretty much any time you're in a battle. And they'll give you items. They'll do like super attacks that will clear out all of the enemies. Like, if you have like 4 amiibos, you could basically beat the game without like pressing any buttons.
But who stops at 4? Hey, John.
Yes.
How many amiibos do you own right now?
Oh well, Mike Casamano sent me a box full of.
Don't make excuses.
Okay, let me.
How many? This is an amiibo check-in. This is your official time to discuss your amiibos, and by discuss, I mean give me a number. How many amiibos do you own, and do they bring you love?
At last count, 31.
31 amiibo out of how many?
Wait, no, is it 31? Yeah, it's 31. I mean, I don't know how many there are exactly. I mean, there's like 50-something Smash Bros. Ones, and then there's...
Jeez.
You know.
Wow.
So...
Plus, wow, so there's got to be...
The Mario ones, plus the Animal Crossing ones. I don't have any Animal Crossing ones. I have 2 of the Splatoon ones.
Oh, you can find Animal Crossing, you can find those, like, I think homeless people use them to cover up at night to stay warm.
Yeah,
those things are everywhere.
Yeah, the Animal Crossing ones, you can get Tom Nook off of Amazon for like $5.
Go to a Target and they are like, instead of tile, they just use Animal Crossing amiibos. They're just, it's almost as if that game didn't sell that well.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, because Smash Bros. Sold, so people want the Smash Bros. Characters.
Right.
But yeah.
All right, let's stop talking about amiibos.
Of course. Okay. But yeah, no, that game is not that hard. So all the reviews that are like, "Oh, this game gets really hard," I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe you need to like use the options that they tell you to use.
Get good is what you're saying.
I mean, kinda, but like
not everyone can be as good as John Machansky.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to say like, oh, you're just bad at the, because like if you're not like skilled at dodging and doing that stuff, like the game gives you the options. It's like I feel like it's just people not taking that option and just getting angry when the game isn't easy enough for them, even though it gives you options to make it easier. It's confusing.
Sure.
But no, it's a good game. I like it a lot. I'm gonna write a full review for it once I'm finished with it, but that might not be for a while because it's long. But you know, we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. Those 2 games. So now that we're done talking about that, why don't we move on to some news? We're each gonna do. Well, we're gonna kind of do 2 big conversations about news, but I do just want to mention some smaller things before we actually dive in.
Sure.
Some of the smaller things that I just want to point out, though, are just some game announcements. Basically, there was
rumors, right?
Well, some announcements and also some rumors. I want to go over the actual announcements. There was the announcement of that Great Detective Pikachu game,
right?
That was leaked a while back. Or no, it wasn't leaked. Nintendo was kind of mentioning it very coyly.
Yeah, I remember. I vaguely remember someone mentioning a spin-off Pikachu game.
Because they showed like some very strange like motion capture of Pikachu. It was fucked up. But
Pikachu in a suit with all those balls all over it.
Yeah, basically. But no, it looks a lot better now because I guess the Pikachu in this game could talk, and that's kind of weird. But I don't know. Like, I mean, it seems to be like a companion thing to like Meowth from the anime. Like, you know,
sure.
He could talk to Pokemon and humans, and he's a detective. And I don't know, like, it's coming out in February in Japan, but I'm not sure if it got confirmed for release over here. But I'm really hoping it does because, honestly, if it's a good detective game, I love those games. So I'm probably gonna love, like, if that game and Danganronpa and Ace Attorney 6 all come out in 1 year, this is gonna be a really good year for me. Like, that's gonna be real good.
Danganronpa.
There was the announcement. This is another like actual announcement of a game. I know you and Niall are happy about this. About Sam Barlow tweeting out a little teaser for Her Story 2.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing about it is that he mentioned that it's not going to be a direct sequel. It's just going to probably have the same titles for marketing reasons, and it'll be like have similar gameplay, but it won't be the same characters.
I think that's interesting because I thought, as much as I liked that story and I liked how it progressed, I would love to see if that mechanic holds up with a completely different slate of story and characters, and I would like to see him get like I don't want to see it grow too much because I really liked it being one person, but I would like it to see if he can complicate it a little bit and see how that can grow. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and I'm interested in seeing what that next game will be. Like, you know, I hope like I said before, I hope I like this one more. You know? I'm still interested in that kind of game. And then I guess here's where the rumors start coming in. We were talking about Paper Jam. There were some rumors about a new Paper Mario game for Wii U. Some tweets by Emily Rogers, who's basically like a Nintendo
detective.
Yeah, she just like talks about Nintendo stuff all the time. So,
do we know if she is actually a Pikachu or not?
No, that's true. We gotta figure this out.
Have you ever seen her and Pikachu in the same room?
No.
All right then.
Fucked up. And the other rumor that has been going around that just came out very recently is that a Smash Bros. Game of some kind will be in the NX's launch. There's like a 99% chance that it's just going to be like a Game of the Year version of Smash 4.
Yeah, I don't. They just finished doing DLC. I bet they're still wrapping it up a bit.
No, it's not done yet. Yeah. Like Bayonetta and Corrin still have to come out. So
that's being wrapped up. Assuming when is the last one supposed to come out? Last DLC,
sometime in February.
Okay, so it's probably gold. A week or two or like a week from now.
Yeah.
And then they bug test it. They're probably bug testing it now.
Yeah.
And then you want them, assuming the NX comes out this year, there is absolutely no way that team makes a brand new Smash game in less than a year.
Yeah, no way.
No way. And Sakurai does not seem like the kind of guy who would accept
something like that.
Would accept Nintendo coming to him and be like, make another one. He seems like, but from a business standpoint, it makes sense that, well, hey, you guys just finished the DLC. The Wii U community is not very big. The NX could be huge. Clearly Smash Brothers and I'm aping some of our news later, but clearly Smash Brothers is still in the fighting game community because 2 games, Melee and Wii U and Evo. Yeah. So that community is still thriving. Mm-hmm. Of course you want it on the NX, because otherwise you'd have to wait, 4 years at least to get a new one? Because that seems to be the cycle for those games.
It's like 6 years, I think.
Yeah, I think we looked it up at one point. So it totally makes sense to do a Game of the Year edition or a complete edition, Super Smash NX edition, and it has every character, everything, and there you go. It's easy to make. All you have to do is port it over. Done. You know, it makes business sense.
And I wouldn't hold my breath for new characters, but
I wouldn't hold my breath for anything new.
Yeah, I mean, I could see them being like, oh, here's a couple new stages or something, or here's a new mode, but
the only reason I say that that's not the case, beyond like that costs money to do, like, there's 2 reasons. One, I am pretty sure they have said that this DLC that's about to come out is it.
They said that, but they said that for the current game, so
for sure, but when you have a community like that, you don't want to divide them, and releasing this on a new console kind of already divides it.
Yeah.
Then to give them a new stage, and either you don't sell it to the guys who have the old stuff, that sucks, or you do sell it to them, even though you already told them we would have sold you everything, that sucks. Like, it just makes sense to make them...
I don't see people shitting their pants over new stages. That's the thing. Like, if it was a character, then yeah. But if they're just like, oh, here's a stage, like, I don't think anyone's gonna die.
True, because everyone plays on Final D. But
yeah.
I think the cool thing, if they can do it, and I don't trust Nintendo to do this, but I want you to hold on.
Uh-huh.
Can you hold on to your butts?
Okay.
All right. What if the new Super Smash Brothers, assuming it's the same as the old one, can play with the old one?
That'd be cool.
What if you could, like, because then you don't ruin the community. You could still play online. Yeah, you don't divide anything. There's not, well, I'm an NX player, I'm a Wii U player. None of that happens. And then the community can stay better. And then the people who can't afford to upgrade can still play, still be good at it. And the only people who have to figure out what to do are tournaments.
Which, honestly, the tournament's just probably going to go with whatever
GameCube
version.
As long as the NX can use GameCube controllers, then who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're not going to be able to use GameCube controllers, then they'll stick with the Wii U.
Sure. So the smart thing is to allow GameCube controllers or make a good controller, and there you go. So if they have plenty of time to figure this shit out, I don't know if the hardware actually comes out this year. It's finalized, most likely. It would be really hard to suddenly put a GameCube port on it. So you would hope that they had thought that through, but we'll see. Mm-hmm. That was an interesting rumor. I thought that rumor actually made me start thinking about what the NX could be more and more, like from a business standpoint, and how to get people to migrate over when they maybe didn't buy a Wii U, or maybe even didn't buy a Wii. So
we'll see. All right.
Real news?
Yeah, am I forgetting any of the smaller things, or?
I don't know. I forgot half the ones you mentioned, Art, before we even, between when we started and now. So
yeah, forget it. Yeah, you go ahead and do yours.
Should I do the one that will make me really happy because I think it's hilarious, or the more business oriented one?
Let's start off with happy.
All right. Hey. Mighty Number 9, that comes out soon, right?
It's supposed to.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
Huh?
Initially, Mighty Number 9 was supposed to come out last year.
Oops.
And now its more recent release date was February 9th. Not happening. Mm-hmm. It's been delayed for a third time to, I think, just spring 2016, which could be until, I think that's till like May is technically spring, maybe even June if you wanted to really roll the dice. So this wonderful game that will probably be perfect once it's released because it's had so much time has, again, had another delay. And the reasoning is really odd. It's the network code. Did you hear about that? It was like the leaderboards and network code that has delayed it for upwards of 2 to 3 months.
That's just wild. Like I don't know if I believe that.
I don't. I like matchmaking. The word matchmaking is used in their official statement. That game has multiplayer?
I guess? I didn't even know that.
Does it have co-op? Maybe. I don't know.
I think it has co-op. I think I remember because I know that you can play as Call, the like new role. I know that you can play as her. I guess that might be the co-op.
Maybe. That's just that game.
Yeah.
That game, like before it was kind of on my radar as just like, boy, I bet that could still be okay. You know, it'll be interesting to see when that comes out. Now it's just like, oh, there's a rolling, you know that ball from Indiana Jones? That's what's coming down a hill. And Mighty Number 9 standing there.
God, please move, Mighty Number 9.
Oh no! I defeated Cement Man, and now my shoes are cement.
Whoops.
Oh no, I defeated Bad Network Code Man.
Oh boy.
Oh no, I defeated Mortal Kombat X. Now I have bad network code.
Jeez.
R.I.P. Mighty Number 9.
God, no. It's gonna come out eventually, but you know.
Yeah, right. 2018.
We'll see.
Mighty Number 9, along with Last Guardian, all come out.
Yeah.
That This Is Vegas game.
Oh boy.
Remember that game? They'll all come out. All right, your turn. You do one.
Okay. Let's see here. This is an interesting little bit here. I'm gonna talk about this and then I'll do the Evo stuff later. This is a really cool bit of news here. So someone who works at Volition, Josh Stinson, the associate video editor, I don't know. I just had a huge brain fart there. Sorry. So Volition announced. Whoa, hang on. Whoa.
Come on there.
Yeah.
Shake it off.
Damn it. Fuck.
Shake it off. Although it's all those shots of vodka you took before the show.
Yeah. Jesus. Whoa. Okay. Okay. So about a week ago, Volition posted a video.
Right.
Talking about a stream that they wanted to do, showing off a game called Saints Row Undercover.
That's not a game that I know of. What is it?
The interesting thing about that game is that it never came out. It was a PSP game that was canceled.
What's a PSP?
It's, the Vita, that thing that nobody uses?
Unless you're in Japan, sure.
Yeah, well, it's like one of those, but old.
Oh, okay, so it's the Vita, if the Vita looks into a mirror, it's what it sees?
Yes.
All right, good.
So, this game was canceled, and pretty much everyone at Volition had forgotten about it because everyone who had worked on it had moved on to different places or just wasn't in the industry anymore. But associate video editor Josh Stinson came across a PSP dev kit just sitting in a closet that was getting cleaned out. And he came across this game. He came across the unfinished, canceled Saints Row PSP game. And
in a closet?
Yeah.
I really like the idea of there being, like, closets in developers and in publishers just, like, filled with, I don't know, we once tried to make a game. It's in that closet in a dev kit that's all dusty.
Yeah. But, so he got, some other people he works with, video producer Alexander Meha and Mike Watson, who's their community manager. They all went to their higher-ups and said, hey, look, we want to show this game off to, like, preserve it. So, like, websites like Beta64 and Unseen64 and stuff can just, like, have a catalog of this game.
Sure.
So people know it exists.
Mm-hmm.
And they convinced them to let this happen. And they had a stream that showed the game off, and at the end of the stream, they announced, and then promptly did, they dumped the ISO. You can download this game for free off of Unseen64. I have a link to it on the site, and you can just play it on a PSP emulator.
That's crazy.
It's awesome. Like the fact that they took this game that like it's still unfinished. Like it's this dev buggy game that's like 100% gonna crash on you, but you could play it. It's preserved forever now because people are it's on the internet. People are gonna download it. It's gonna be on hard drives all over the place instead of just that one dev kit that almost got destroyed. Like that could have just been thrown out. So like it's poetic and it's really cool that it got discovered. And now it's just out there for everyone to play. Like it's been like a week since it was discovered, and now it's freely available. Like that's awesome.
And that's really good on them to not be afraid of the skeletons in the closet. Not that that's like a real bad one, but I feel like if more companies were not as open to maybe like putting out the ISO, but of being open of like this is the things we built,
like, preserving it somehow.
Not even preserving it, but like I really like that. But Double Fine has done this because I have a bunch of prototypes from Double Fine that I got from like a Humble Bundle.
Yeah,
I just like the idea of developers pulling back the curtain a bit and saying this is stuff that didn't work. This is kind of this is the process. It's you see that in other artistic visions of, you see deleted scenes from movies. You see director's cuts. You see, if you go to museums, you can see sketches from painters and they're lauded over. And I bet the painter would be like, I did that in like 2 hours and I hate it. Like, this shouldn't be in a museum framed. You guys are crazy, but okay, whatever. I cut off my ear, so I'm special. But take that. That's something that video games don't really do that often, is kind of pull back the curtain and show off we make a lot of mistakes, and we make shit sometimes, and that shit has to get canceled.
Like, in that video, like, they explicitly say that, like, a big reason why they couldn't, like, polish it and finish it was, A, I think they shipped it out to, like, another developer to do that version, and B, there was, like, feature creep that happened, that they wanted to make it this bigger and bigger game, but they couldn't because it was on the PSP. But
all they could do was fill a UMD with porn, and that was it.
Yeah, but no, like I don't know. I think it's really cool, and
that's interesting. That stuff's fascinating to me because the more I do this stuff, reporting on video games, the nature of making a game just gets more and more fascinating. It was like that. I don't know if you read it. There was a story I think on Kotaku about one of the guys from Ubisoft who left, and why he left, even though he loved that job, of just like the nature of development at Ubisoft. I think during not this last one, but the one before it, the one that didn't do that well. It's just like hearing the stories of how things are communicated and how things just happen. And you kind of like, well, why isn't there someone going like, hey, we have feature creep going on? And then like reading that story is like, oh, that's how. It's because you work at an organization that's higher than, like, that doesn't have just 20 people. It's got hundreds. So that stuff's fascinating to me. Mm-hmm. Maybe we should play that.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like Volition especially, they do some really interesting stuff. Like I know this is actually specifically because of Josh Stinson, who does this. Like, he runs all their streams. They'll just do, like, old builds of their games. Like, I know that they do streams where they're just like, oh, hey, here's, like, one of the first builds of Saints Row 2, and we're just fucking around with it and seeing how we can crash it.
That's cool.
Like, that's really neat.
There's a developer recently that was doing that. I know Supergiant Games did that with Giant Bomb, where they would go through build by build. There's another developer that was recently doing that as it was being developed. That takes cojones, and it's cool to see.
It is super neat. And, like, I don't know, because the thing is that, like they were talking about it in the video where they were saying, like, the higher ups are scared that it'll make their developers and their company look weak by showing, like, unfinished or.
But to who?
Yeah, and that's the point, is that, like, all we're seeing is like, oh wow, like, you guys were working on this and it seems like a great idea, and like sometimes it doesn't work out. Yeah,
and the people who are going to go seek that stuff out either should know or at least have an inkling that that's how video games are made.
Yeah, like all this kind of stuff is very much like like your average Joe who just buys a Saints Row game because, I like to have fun running around. Like, they're not going to dig up Saints Row Underground and be like, what the fuck is this? I'm running it on my PSP emulator and it's not finished. Like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Little Johnny's not like, download this from Unseen 64. It's the new one.
Yeah, the ISO of the new Saints Row game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So, but yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And, I love this. Like, I want more of this. So yeah, Michael, you go ahead with your next news story.
Sure. Have you ever heard of this thing? It's real subtle. It happens every year somehow. It's called E3, the Electronic Triple.
I've heard about it a couple of times.
I think you've been.
Once or twice.
There's video evidence of you eating meatball sandwiches.
All right, yeah, that might have happened.
All right, before we get into the story, best meatball sandwich. Where's it from?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I really like homemade stuff.
You've had homemade? I've never had a homemade meatball sandwich.
Oh, my dude.
Would you make me a homemade meatball sandwich?
Yes.
All right, then, I know what we're doing at E3 if we end up going. You're making everyone meatball sandwiches.
All right, I guess so.
But yeah, E3, big convention, everyone goes. Everyone goes. Except for EA.
Yeah.
EA announced suddenly that they will not be at E3 this year. They are having something called EA Play from June 12th to the 14th, which is, I believe, the Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday before E3. E3 opens that Tuesday. So, sure. And on the 12th, they're having a press conference. Not the typical press conference you would see that's put on by E3, but more like, was the Bethesda conference last year like official? I think it was. I mean,
the thing is that, like, it's not like E3 like necessarily runs the press conferences. The
ESRB gives out time slots for press conferences on Monday and Tuesday. Maybe Sunday. I don't know. Ask them.
I'm not sure. I always just thought that like these companies were just renting out space and they were figuring out because the thing is
they do rent out space, but the ESRB says, this is your time slot, this is your time slot, this is your time slot.
Actually, that might not be true, because if you recall, Square Enix had that time slot last year, and then Nintendo were just like, oh yeah, our Direct is at this time, and it was the same time as Square Enix one, and
because
then Square Enix moved.
That wasn't an official E3 press conference, that was a Nintendo Direct, because they don't do a press conference anymore.
I mean, I don't know.
It was actually really shrewd of Nintendo to be like, this is when we're announcing our Direct. Like,
I guess so.
And that was their traditional spot. Like that, the ESRB, I've heard this enough, that the ESRB, the bigger conferences, the Sony, the Microsoft...
the ESA, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The ESA is what I mean. Yeah. They assign those conferences.
Okay.
And then the Nintendo still has a booth, but they don't do the traditional press conference. They do a Direct. They don't have to say, when is our time slot? They can put up the Direct at any point, at any time. And then they have their off-site playhouse, tree thing.
No, it's not off-site. It's right there.
It's not off-site?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's on the show floor.
Oh, I thought it was off-site for some reason. But they do have some off-site events. But so all that stuff is normally ESA controlled. I don't know what Bethesda's was last year. It seemed like an ESA press conference. But EA is just doing their own thing. They said Sunday night we'll have a press conference like normal, outside of E3 of that jurisdiction. And the weird thing is EA Play is how you're going to go see their stuff and their wares, because this is the thing that really boggles my mind, that makes me think that they are committed to this. They gave up their booth space.
Yeah.
Which, from what I hear, EA's booth space in the South Hall was like the first thing you saw, and being a major publisher, it was large.
Yep.
And the ESA booth space is given out, I'm pretty sure, by seniority. So the ones who have had it the longest get get first choice, top billing. It's why you see Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, until this year, EA, Activision, Ubisoft, Konami. They had big booths, and they essentially had it in the same spot it's always been. Even Konami, like last couple of years, they've had 1 or 2 games, and yet they have huge booth space. And the reason is because you might as well keep it, even if you don't have a reason to. And it costs money, but just in case. So to me, this is fucking crazy that the EA just essentially said, nah, we'll do this on our own. Same area, next door at I think it's at the Club Nokia, right before everyone else does their thing. Thanks, see you later. And I have to imagine I can't imagine they're that strapped for cash. So this had to have been like, maybe they saw Bethesda last year make enough headlines that they said, we can do that. We can, because out of E3, Bethesda went first, and people were still talking about Fallout 4.
Yeah.
So maybe they think Mass Effect Andromeda, or a new Star Wars game, or something sets the world on fire enough that Friday and that Saturday people are still talking about it. I don't know. This when I saw this, I had to reread it like 2 or 3 times to make sure I was reading everything correctly. To be like, wait, what? They're doing what now? And the booth space? Why? That's what they're doing. So I don't know if this means E3 is waning, if EA just thought it was cheaper to rent out Club Nokia and then just invite people, or what. But EA technically not at E3 this year.
Yeah. It's real interesting.
It's real fucking crazy is what it
crazy.
is.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it's also kind of scary.
I mean, E3 has waned before and come back, so
yeah.
Something will replace it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next. Alright, so our last bit of news here that I have is Evo's lineup this year. So Evo is getting a real kick in the pants this year. I'll run down the games, and then I'll talk about, I guess, what the real news is. I'll also talk about my opinions on the games, I guess. The 9 games at Evo 2016 are...
Is that normal? Is 9 normal?
I think this is the most they've ever had. I think last year was like 8 or 7.
Yeah, I feel like it's 6 to 8 is... Go ahead.
Okay. So the 9 games are, I mean, at least the way you wrote them, are...
I'm gonna go up. Everyone's gonna see it for this audio podcast. I'm gonna go thumbs up or thumbs down with each one, and you should do the same. Okay.
All right. Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator.
I haven't. My thumb is sideways.
Okay. Thumbs up. Guilty Gear rules.
Okay.
Killer Instinct.
Sure.
Sideways. I don't really care about that game. MKX. Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, I love watching some fucking brutal ass Mortal Kombat on fighting game tournaments.
Pokken Tournament.
Thumbs up, but ironically.
Yeah, same. Like, that game is going to be a fucking mess.
I want to see that. Top 10.
Street Fighter 5. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Thumbs down.
I don't know. I mean,
I like that it has a passionate community, but there's a new game. Support Nintendo with their new stuff.
And also, I'm just sick of seeing fucking Fox and Falco. Like,
yep.
That's all it is.
Yep.
Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Thumbs up.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. All right.
Tekken 7 Faded Retribution. Middle.
Another ironic thumbs up.
I don't know. Tekken's fun to watch.
Soul Calibur, please.
And Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Thumbs down. I'm fucking sick of that shit.
A 30 thumbs up. Keep it going.
Really?
I like Marvel. I think it's so ridiculous. I think what I like about it still being on the card, because this is wrestling now, I think what I like about it still being there is it's still there, that it still has a community and it's still thriving, and they aren't going to get a new one.
I don't know. I mean, it's so over... Like, it's not overdone, it's just... That game is almost figured out so much.
It's a fighting game meme at this point. Like, its existence is a meme. And as much as I can understand that, like, yeah, it's dated, you know, it's if I were to chop off a game off that list and replace it with like Street Fighter 4 or just chop a game off, that would not be the first one to go.
I mean, what would then?
Pokken? Yeah.
I mean, well, I don't know. I want Pokken to have its year because it's not going to have another year.
True. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
But I don't know. It's just like, okay, this is kind of like, it's not really too inside baseball to just say Marvel is fun to watch before you get to top 8. And then once you get to top 8, it's everyone's playing the exact same fucking team and it's the exact same shit. Like, it's so goddamn boring because that game has been figured out back and forth, up and down.
That's why I like watching it, I can't remember, like the second or third day, and it's just, this guy is still playing with characters no one plays with.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's fucking kicking ass. It's like, all right, how far can he get?
But then once you get to top 8, it's just like, all right, here's Dante Virgil Wesker, here's fucking Zero, here's that dude who plays... I fucking hate that guy. The dude who plays Morrigan and just fills the screen with projectiles. Like, it's so boring. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like that sounds cool, doesn't it? Like, oh my god, he does a move that makes it so there's 2 of her, and she's just filling the entire screen.
It's cool in a match, and then you realize, oh, this is top 8. I'm gonna have to watch this a couple more times.
Oh, this is all this guy does. Oh, yeah. It fucking sucks.
And they're but that's not like the big thing, I think, for EVO this year.
It's not, because the big thing about EVO is that they are holding they're holding most of it at a convention center, but on the last day they rented out like an arena that seats like 12,000 people.
Yeah, like the guy who I forget the guy's name. He's the guy we mentioned a couple podcasts ago. He's the ESPN esports guy, and he tweeted out a photo of it. I think it's in the story, and it looks like a huge boxing venue. I think it's the Mandalay Bay or the Mandalay Bay Event Center. Like, it's just a boxing arena. Like,
which is exactly what the fighting game community wants it to be.
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
That's pretty on point. But yeah, no, like, it's exciting to see esports and especially fighting games growing. And EVO is so much fun to watch every year. So I'm really excited to see how these games evolve and how this goes on. But yeah, I think Marvel is completely played out, and I'm personally sick and tired of Melee. But otherwise, I'm really excited to watch all this stuff. Like, I don't know, I'll still watch Melee when Hungrybox is on. That's the guy who plays as Jigglypuff, and that's still fun.
So yeah, it's stuff like that I'll wait for highlights, because I don't want to, like, if I'm going to watch 2 things of Smash, it's like, no thanks. Well, yeah, I'll watch highlights of Melee.
And actually watch Smash for weeks.
Yeah, and I watch highlights of Guilty Gear because not that I hate it. It's just that's same with Tekken. I'll watch fucking Pokken the entire way through.
I need to watch that shit go down live. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss that. I mean, I'm gonna want to watch Guilty Gear because last year was when that dude fucking thought he won both rounds, but he only won the first round, and he started running around, and then he got protected and lost. That was great. That was really funny. Man, fighting games. Evo is fun. Evo's really fun. I'm looking forward to watching that.
Mm-hmm.
That about does it for news. Michael, would you like to go on over to questions?
Yes.
We got quite a few questions.
You can send us questions, but if you would like to send us questions, would you like to do that now, or do you want to do it at the end?
I'll talk about it at the end.
Okay, you can send us questions for normal podcasts at podcast@videogamechuchu.com. That's our email address. Or you can go to videogamechuchu.tumblr.com/ask.
Yes.
Yeah, you can go there and you can ask us questions there, which is where I'm reading these from because the only email we got is about something else. The first email comes from Anonymous, and it just says, "Tell me a story." I can tell you a story about, let me see, about this one time I got a really good sandwich.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So there's this place nearby me called Dunderbox. Ooh. It's just like a, I don't want to call it they advertise it as like a beer garden, but it's more like a cross between a German beer garden and a family sports pub. Mm-hmm. They have a bunch of beer, but they also have great sandwiches. And then one of the sandwiches is turkey, roast beef, cheese on pumpernickel with like a garlic mayonnaise, and then a pickle. And that's a really good sandwich. That's my story.
That sounds great.
It is. They have a bunch of sandwiches, actually. But that's the one.
Yeah, that was a lovely story.
Thanks. Do you have a story, or should we just move on?
I think we should just move on. I don't really have a story.
Okay. Pikachu, I never get this name right.
Sure.
Pikachures asks, what is a game that you love very dearly but cannot see yourself recommending to others? I'd say, I love SimCity. It's probably my personal favorite game. I would not recommend that to everybody. I could see a lot of people, especially younger kids, who maybe don't play those kinds of games, like Sim or city management or city building or management games, and I could see them thinking, this is the most boring thing ever. So I would say SimCity is probably, because I can't really think of games I play that I wouldn't recommend to somebody.
I'm looking over at my games right now, and this is a weird one, but I don't know if I just blindly recommend Dead Rising to anybody. Like
the first, second, or third one, because the third one I think anyone could pick up and play.
Yeah, the third one, but like I don't know. I'm looking at my copy of Dead Rising 2, and I'm just thinking like, because if you're gonna go into that game and you're just gonna ignore everything, and you're just gonna be like, well, I'm gonna kill as many zombies as I can until the game tells me that I fucked up or something. I can recommend that, but
I think like, because that's what I did with the game, is like I kind of beat my head against it and just had fun, but then I also had a friend who got into it and like actually tried to figure it out, and we both had fun with that game.
I don't know, every time that I have tried to recommend that game to someone and I've been like, yeah, you have to like rescue these people, you have to do these specific missions to actually progress, they get very frustrated very quickly.
I think some of it's just it's old design.
Yeah. And
it's Japanese kind of focused design, so especially that first one, it's probably old. It's probably just too old to where if you've never encountered that kind of stuff before, that kind of like bullshit.
I mean, that first one
seems like bullshit.
That first one is very much a Keiji Inafune game. Like those bosses are super super hard. Like they are Mega Man hard in a 3D game. Like that is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, like something like that. I mean, we were just talking about Guilty Gear. That game is such an impenetrable fighting game. Like I really love what Guilty Gear is. Like I love the character designs. I love how it plays, but God, like I can't just walk up to someone, especially someone who doesn't really like fighting games, and be like, "Oh, you should try this Guilty Gear game," because they would. Whew.
You could say that about. I think you could say that about Street Fighter.
No, I mean.
I think I have actually had friends over and we all try to like have fun, play video games, and nobody likes sitting down and playing Street Fighter. At least Mortal Kombat, you can say left, right, B, and they do something and it looks cool. Where it's like, all right, this guy you've got to do semicircle forward, hit this button right after it, like forward, like back, hold,
all this shit.
Yeah, it's some of that you could like Ken and Ryu. You could maybe teach a bit, but after a while, it's just they're button mashing, and they may have fun with that, but that only goes so far.
Yeah.
Next question from A Non Moose asks, "What kind of Yu-Gi-Oh decks are you fine folks at Shoot running?"
I mean, I'm not really running an actual deck. Like, I don't know. I toyed around with the idea of getting some of those Gradius or big core cards and making a deck out of that, but
right.
I don't know. I don't really have anyone to play Yu-Gi-Oh with, so I was just like, forget it.
Yeah, I don't want to go play Yu-Gi-Oh with people unless I know them already. So
yeah,
I do occasionally dabble and say like, oh, could I make this kind of a deck? I have a lot of these cards, but I mainly collect. I do have a Lightsworn deck that I think is fun, but then I looked it up and people hate people who play Lightsworn decks, so it's even another reason not to go to the local card shop and try. So
you're going to get beat up outside the local card shop.
Yeah, the 12-year-old and the guy who's way too old to be this serious into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I played a type of deck.
That older dude probably like collects knives and he's just gonna throw them at you like lightning fast.
I honestly, I do have a story about when I went to play D&D for the first time with other people, other strangers. Boy. I went, and it was what I thought. So I don't know if they still do this, but D&D had 2 nights a week at your local shop. One night was normal. People come in, they run characters they've created, they have stories. It's just essentially we host it.
Sure.
And another night, it was all pre-made. So you come in, you've never really played, here's some pre-made characters. You don't have all you needed was a player's handbook and a D20, and even then, people would share. That's all you needed. I went in, and I thought it was that night, because I had looked up on their calendar. Well, they had when they initially had put all the stuff down, they had switched them.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't check 2 days before. I had checked like 3 days before, and then I guess in that time they switched it back. So I go there with my player's handbook and a D20, and they're like, "Do you have a character?" I was like, No. And they assigned me a table to sit down at, and the one like most cliche, neckbeard, overweight man was the nicest guy at the table. He gave me a character sheet, a character he had made. He let me keep the miniature he gave me. I got to choose. I had a D20 and he almost gave me one, and because I couldn't find mine, and I was like, "Oh, here's mine." He's like, "Okay, if you want to use one of mine, go ahead." Everyone else at the table probably didn't look that nerdy. They were all assholes.
Jeez.
There was a woman there, and she was mostly nice, but she kept taking smoke breaks. And if you've ever played D&D, it goes in an order. So she would not take her turn and then go take a smoke break. She would do it in the middle of someone else's turn, and she was 2 turns away.
Oh boy.
Every time she took a smoke break, the guy next to her, who she was not dating, and she had a boyfriend, I learned this throughout the night, he would go with her.
Uh-huh.
Next to him was your more cliche nerd who was trying to game the system. Like, he was trying to win. He was min-maxing. So if I did something that I thought was fine, he would get on me for like, "Don't do that. Go here. No, attack this guy." And so I'm sitting there like, "What?" And then the guy next to me is like, "Do whatever you'd like." So I had the opposite experience of like, the nerdiest guy was the nicest, and then I was just surrounded by assholes.
Jeez.
One guy there was a pizza place next door that I assume stays in business because of this shop. And because every time you go in there, somebody's got pizza from there.
Yeah.
And he ordered pizza and then disappeared for 15 minutes because he went to get it and it wasn't ready. Oh, so rather than pop back over because they're next door to one another, he sat and waited. He sat and waited. Yeah. So we just sat there, and we never finished that little chapter in that adventure, and I never went back.
That sucks.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that tends to be my experience at those kinds of shops doing anything. I think my best experience were like Magic the Gathering drafts, and that's because you didn't have to. If you had a shit deck, it's because who cares? You had a bad draft.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like, "Oh, you're bad at the game."
Uh-huh.
So that's my experience.
I almost got roped into a Magic the Gathering draft, but I decided against it. Like,
they're okay. They're fun.
I don't know, because I go to the same comic store every week to pick up comics and sometimes some Pokemon cards, but like, I went there and the guy, because I've been there, I go every week, and I've been going for like a couple months now. Like, the guy there like knows me now, and he was just like, "Yo, John, want to play Magic with us?" And I was just like, nah. I might do, like, if they do Pokemon drafts, I might do that, actually.
That would be cool.
Like, I like the Pokemon trading card game a whole lot, so I might do that.
Yeah. If they did Yu-Gi-Oh! Drafts, that'd be cool.
I might do that, yeah. Like, I would do Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. Like, I like those games a lot more than I like Magic. Like, Magic's not bad, but I like those other two more.
Sure.
Just because, I'm guessing probably because of the nostalgia, but
Sure. They're different.
Yeah.
Final question. Shoeless asks,
yes,
what is your 5-year plan for defeating Mike Kazamato? I don't have a 5-year plan. I have like a 2-second plan, and that's stab him when I see him.
Yeah, I mean, well, I can't just announce this publicly. He listens to the podcast.
Does he?
Sometimes, but
why?
I have no idea. But I can't predict if he's because Niall's gonna post a thing on the site that's gonna be like, oh, John talks about his plan to kill Mike or defeat Mike. So then Mike's gonna listen to this episode, and then everything's gonna be ruined.
All right, then how about this?
Okay.
Right now.
Yes.
You don't notice it, but your door has been opened. Okay. Mike Casamano, the devil himself, is standing behind you.
Okay.
He's cackling.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's so loud you can't hear it.
Okay.
It's piercing the eardrums of all animals and all beings that exist within a 10-mile radius.
Okay.
The waves are receding from the coast because of this cackle.
Okay.
In front of you is a weapon of your choice. You know that Mike is imbued, endowed, one of those words is correct, with mighty power.
Yes.
You have but one chance. There is a weapon in front of you, any weapon. And what is it? And how do you defeat Mike Casamano?
I don't know. I mean,
one weapon, any weapon, real or fake, science fiction, burrito.
Yeah, I feel like I could probably take him down real quick by just giving him a burrito, and that'll shut him up for long enough, I guess.
Here's a steak burrito, Mike.
Yeah, here, dude, just, shut up. And he'll be like, okay, John. And then that'll be it. So
he just call you good boy, good Jonathan, and then...
Yeah, thanks for getting me this burrito, John. And I'd be like, yeah, no problem, dude.
See, I would have said, an amiibo.
Well, he has more amiibos than I do, so he'd probably just look at it and be like, I already have that one, John. And I'd be like, alright.
Does he have the one where... Isn't there, a rare Princess Peach one or something?
Princess Peach one isn't rare, no.
Oh.
The Palutena one is pretty rare, but we actually both bought those at the same time.
Great.
Yeah.
What's the rarest amiibo? Is it Hope?
The rarest amiibo is...
having a bank account again?
Is loving someone. Finding love in this world after you've purchased more than 5.
I'm still at 1. It's packed. It's actually, I just looked at it and it's gone. There's actually a dust ring where it was sitting, which tells you how often I used it. Twice.
Yeah, some of these amiibos... I mean, I try to... Excuse me, I try to dust my amiibos here and there. Keep it nice.
That's it for questions. You can send questions to podcast@videogamechoochoo.com, or you can go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask, and you can ask us really anything.
Yes.
Yeah. I asked John the other day what he got on a burrito.
Yeah.
It wasn't very insightful. No. It was a pretty plain burrito.
All right. So, thanks for listening to this episode of the show.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a choice.
Yeah, you listened, you participated, you were invested.
2 of those.
Sure. But, alright, so some stuff that I guess I should announce. First off, go check the site, because we have some reviews up there. Niall should have his Bombshell review up by the time we're listening. I'm pretty sure nobody's talking about this game, but it is the new 3D Realms game, aka the people that made good old Duke Nukem.
Fuck.
I've read this review, and that's all I'm gonna say is whew.
Yeah, that should go up, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or this weekend.
Yeah, from when we're recorded, so
yeah.
it'll definitely be out. I'll see what I can do with this Paper Jam review. Ryan's talking about starting a new editorial series. I'm gonna let him do that. I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all because but it's super interesting. I promise you. And the other thing that I want to announce, this is a big one. So normally we do guest stuff in July for guest month, but there was sort of a zeitgeist, a meme, if you will, going around lately about a person who
doesn't like pressing a lot.
Yeah. So
say half presses A.
Sometimes. I mean, he doesn't press A whole lot.
Yeah. He holds it quite a bit.
Yeah, but so I sent Panin Koek 2012 a YouTube message and asked him if he wanted to be on the show, and he said yes.
Yep.
So not this upcoming week.
Nope.
But the week after, we will have an interview with Panin Koek 2012, aka the Half A Press Mario 64 guy.
The Half A Press kid.
Yeah, no, he seems very interesting, and he seems like a nice guy too. Anyway, you know, but yeah, like that, you've probably seen that video. If not, just look up like Half A Press
0.5 A Press
Mario 64. Yeah, it's fucking wild. Like all of those guys' videos are wild, but he started doing commentary on those videos, and the commentary is fucking phenomenal. Like, holy shit. But yeah, if you want to send in questions for that, just go ahead and send it in to the podcast email or the videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask.
Please make sure you label it, like, say, to Half A Press guy or something, so that I can...
Panin Koek,
so we can look at it and don't accidentally ask it of ourselves.
Yeah, because we have another week of normal podcast to do.
So it's not this episode that we're recording this week. So the episode after this will be normal.
Yes.
But the episode after that, we will have him on.
Yeah.
So
he probably won't be the full episode. I asked him, and he said that he'd rather just do some Q&A and then get out of here.
Yeah. So we'll probably do that first, and then do a shorter little snippet.
Probably just talk about news real quick if there's anything interesting. If not, we might just end it there. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But thanks so much for listening, everybody. It's been real, and I am.
Wait, hold on.
What?
You almost. Oh boy, I'm sorry. It almost happened.
Okay.
It almost happened.
Okay.
I can't believe It's crazy that I even would let this slip.
Okay.
Just keep holding on.
Okay. I don't remember what this is. Oh fuck! Really?
Smokey is hanging out. He's hanging out with the mouse kick toy. Misty's in the basket. Do I have photos of Misty? Yeah, I already have a photo of Misty in the basket. Don't worry about that. Let's refill food. I got the yard expansion, so now they're inside. Oh, look at that. There's Spots' butt. He's in the donut thing. Let's refill their food, too. I got the little cardboard truck. And they're in that sometimes.
Alright, are we done?
And I got quite a lot of fish too. So
are we done?
Yes.
Please. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. We will be back next week with episode 110. Thanks for listening.